Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today I am reviewing the Fiido L3. Alright, I know this is a pretty funny looking bike, it's pretty small, but trust me, it's an interesting e-bike and you're going to want to learn about it. Stick with me, we'll check it out.
So here's the thing, this is actually a really cool e-bike and it's worth taking a second glance, even if it does look a bit funny. First of all, it's a nice and small, compact bike. It's a folding e-bike, but even in unfolded form, it just doesn't take up much space. For anyone who lives in an apartment or needs to bring their e-bike into an office, this is a great option for a commuter e-bike that doesn't take up more space than it needs to. And when it comes to commuting, it actually has the specs to do it. First off, it's got a giant battery, one of the largest I've seen in any e-bike, ever, period. We're talking 48 volts and 23 amp hours. That's 1,104 watt hours in a single battery. Fiido says they've measured a max range of 200 kilometers or 120 miles using a 75 kilo or 165 pound rider. That's insane. No one needs that much range, but it does mean that you won't need to charge the battery very often, which is an added bonus. It also means the battery should last basically forever. If you figure a typical 800 to 1,000 charge cycles for a lithium-ion battery, this e-bike could ride around the planet 3 or 4 times before it'd need a new battery. So yeah, I think it'll get you to work and back for several years. The downside of this e-bike as a commuter though is the speed. It's limited to just 15.5 miles per hour or 25 kilometers per hour. That's pretty par for the course with these Asian imported e-bikes though. They come designed for international markets, where a 25 km per hour speed limit is the norm. I'd love to see a US spec'd version that hits 20 miles per hour, if you're listening, Fiido. For power though, you're definitely set. They say it's a 350 watt motor, but this thing is powerful and the acceleration is zippy, so I'm guessing that we're looking at more like a 500 watt motor or higher when we're talking about real world power. Remember, this is a 48 volt system, so even a tiny 10 amp controller would already be putting out around 500 watts. We're probably looking at above that on this bike. The only other downside of the Fiido L3 is that it's probably not going to fit the tallest riders. I'm 5'7" or 170 centimeters and I feel fine on it, but I'm also not pedaling very much. It's a single speed, and the small 14-inch wheels mean you can't really get a good gear ratio out of these types of small format bikes, so most people will probably ride this one throttle only. If you are going to pedal it, don't expect to pedal above around 10 miles per hour or so, or about 16 kilometers per hour. But everything else here ticks my boxes. It's powerful, it's got long range, built-in lights and fenders, a rear rack, even if it is a bit of a small rack, and it even folds to become even smaller. Folding is like your basic folding e-bike. You start by lowering the bars, which also means that they are adjustable height bars, by the way. Then you fold the bars down like a normal folding e-bike, and then the frame folds in the middle. You can even fold in the pedals too if you want to get extra slim. The suspended seat post can also drop down pretty low too, or you can just slide it out. It's a pretty compact little package like this. Unfolding basically follows the same steps in reverse, making it quick and easy to be zipping away in no time. The bike is not the lightest folding e-bike I've tried, at 24 kilos or 53 pounds, but that's actually pretty good still for a bike with a giant battery like this, and at just $999, you get a lot with this bike. I know there will be people comparing that price to other folders like the Electrek.co, and it's definitely a different type of bike. You can go faster on other bikes, but this one has its own advantages, like that crazy long range, lower weight, and a more compact design. So let's sum it all up here. We've got some real pros and cons. The pros are that it's torquey and powerful, it's nice and compact, it's full-featured with lights, fenders, a rear rack, etc., and it has one of the largest capacity e-bike batteries I've ever seen, plus it's also fairly low priced at under $1,000. Downsides though are that it's a bit slow at 15.5 miles per hour, and it's a single-speed bike that can't really be pedaled at full speed due to the low gearing. And it might be a bit small or funky looking for some people to feel comfortable being seen on it. But for me, I really like this bike. Fiido has always made some quality products, and I think this one is a great option in the compact e-bike space. But what do you guys think? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below.
Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Fiido L3 electric folding bike. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe either, so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.
So believe in me, I believe in you.